So your camera keeps giving you this message. Annoying, right? Well, let's look at why this is happening on your camera. Hey everyone, Camber here, showing you how to use your camera to make good videos. So if you're new, consider subscribing and also joining my private Facebook group where I can better answer your filmmaking questions. But there are a few reasons why your camera might give you this movie recording has been stopped automatically message on Canon cameras or something similar on other brands after around 12 minutes or less. Now there's one main reason that I'm pretty sure is causing this to happen on your camera, but before I cover that, I want to cover 3 other issues that could make the recording stop. Now these first few may seem pretty obvious, but they need mentioning because I've had lots of comments with other folks having each of these problems. So let's get to number 1. The first issue is that your memory card is almost full, so it stopped recording shortly after starting because there wasn't enough space left on your memory card. So what you need to do is transfer the data you want to keep to your computer, format the card in the camera, and then restart your recording. And speaking of formatting the card, that brings us to our second issue. If you have a new memory card or one that was used in a different type of camera, you'll want to format it in your camera first to make sure the filing system is set up to record those videos properly. Otherwise, it may cause your recording to stop automatically, or it could even cause corrupted video files. The third reason is that your memory card's sustained write speed is not fast enough to keep up with the camera's recording speed of the video. So after you start recording your video, it stops shortly after because the memory card just can't keep up. So if you want to know what speed memory card you need for your camera, I have a lot of other videos with recommended SD cards for Canon, Sony, Panasonic, and many other brands linked in the description to help out with that. So if one of those were your issue, let me know down in the comments if that fixed it for you. Otherwise, this next issue will probably be what's going on with your camera. Now, if your camera's stopping around the 10 to 12 minute point, then I'm guessing you probably have an older camera that was made prior to 2012. For example, my Canon T2i has this issue, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do aside from setting a timer and restarting your recording after those 12 minutes are up. But the issue is that these cameras have older filing systems that only allow a maximum of 4 GB to be recorded before the recording stops automatically. And this 4 GB limit corresponds to that 11 to 12 minute point when shooting 1080p on these older cameras. Newer Canon cameras still have this 4 GB limitation, but instead of just stopping your recording automatically, they simply split your recording into separate 4 GB files until you stop the recording yourself. On those new cameras, this only happens when using an SDHC card due to the limitations of the FAT32 filing system. However, if you use an SDXC card, then it's using the exFAT filing system, which will allow your whole video to be recorded into a single file even if it exceeds that 4 GB. So if you are using one of those older cameras, you're just going to have to set a timer that corresponds to the time it takes to fill up 4 GB on your camera, which you can find in your camera manual. And one final limit you may run into that stops recording automatically is at the 29 minute and 59 second mark. And this is due to some old video camera tax laws in Europe that are being phased out, but the only real way around this is to use an external recorder. And I have another video here that will explain this issue in depth if you're interested, because this is something that affects almost all DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, though some new models are beginning to offer unlimited recording. So hopefully one of those reasons helped you to understand why your camera stops recording automatically and gave you a workaround for whichever issue is causing it. I know it's really frustrating when you first learn of these issues, especially if it caused you to lose footage that you thought you were recording that you never actually were. It's happened to me, but understanding it's the best way to make sure that it doesn't happen again. But if this video is helpful, then please help me out by leaving a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you soon.